London to Brighton Rally was one of those things that happened back in the day when cars were very unreliable and you had to start them with a crank handle, and the chances of it actually making it down from London to Brighton were tiny. Basically, you usually had to have a mechanic with you. Nowadays, that journey is more of a commute. So with the advent of electric vehicles, it's a lot smoother, it's a lot quieter, so we can now do the London to Brighton Rally in a relative level of comfort. The difference, of course, is it's now not a speed challenge or an endurance challenge, it's an efficiency challenge. So here we are at the start line, let's see how this goes.
So, the EV2 has a frunk. What is a frunk good for? Well, most frunks are big, this one isn't. But it is big enough for, if I can get it open, my hat. Let's do it.
You joined us on the day before the start of the London to Brighton EV Rally. We're in a very picturesque location here. And between me here, we have the cars we're going to be using for the rally. On my right, we have a Kia EV4 Fastback, and on my left, we have a Kia EV2 First Edition. I'm going to be driving this one, along with Gary from the EV Museums podcast, and Warren Phillips is going to be driving this one.
So if we're looking at the EV4, it's got an 84 kilowatt hour battery and a range of about 380 miles. And if we're looking at the EV2, it's about half of that, so it's about 42 kilowatt hour battery and about 180, 190 miles of range, which is fantastic. Now, what I do like about this, those of you who've watched the podcast or listened to the podcast will know that back in the day, I had the Kia EV Soul, which was the 30 kilowatt hour one, and this is sort of the successor to that, and it's even a very, very similar colour. Love it.
So now we've got to go to London to drop the cars off at Westminster so we can set off tomorrow morning. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Every car that enters the rally gets their own identification number, so they can track the stats and everything, and we've got number 4. Nice. Not every day you see one of these in the wild.
No.
It's good though.
Yeah, a bit better than that.
So Team Zap Map are in the house, and I'm sensing something of a theme here.
Yes.
What do we reckon it is? It's definitely fancy dress. Ready for the heat? Indeed, indeed. And whose idea was this?
Can we remember? No.
You can't remember.
Collective insanity.
Part of the ship, part of the crew? Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I like it. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the car, part of the crew. Oh, yeah.
Fabulous. Rob, EV4, we've had this for best part of 24 hours now. What do you like about it?
I really love the front end. I think it's so aerodynamic and swoopy, and I really love the lights. The lights look really cool and futuristic because they're lots of tiny little lenses with LEDs behind them, so that looks quite cool.
I'm a big fan of, we're using them at the moment, the ventilated seats. They're linked into the air conditioning. Big fan of the air conditioning. Big fan of the fact that it's air conditioning, and when you turn the air conditioning on, the ventilated seats bring up that air conditioned cool air and play it around your nether regions. It's very, very comfortable. Something you don't like about it, Rob?
I've got a lot of kit in the boot because we're doing this trip, so I've got bags and a crate with my camera gearing and everything like that, and the boot's got a very, very small opening, so to be able to sort of lean in, get things out, you haven't got the big hatch that gives you a big massive space. So I'm likening it to a pizza oven. Imagine a pizza oven. You've got the small flap on the front, you put your pizza in, then you've got the big massive expanse inside, so it is large, it's just quite a small opening. So what I've had to do is literally pull all the stuff to the front that I want and put the stuff to the back that I don't need, just because it's much more accessible. But on the plus side, you do have tons of space in there, so it is quite cavernous.
You can allegedly put a body in there, but we haven't tried. I hasten to say, one of the things I don't like is there's a lot of things that you can set to your liking on here, but then when you turn the vehicle off, and that's another thing that I don't like, there is a physical on-off button on here. I come from a Polestar, Rob comes from the one of the ID range, and with those there's no physical on-off button. When you get out of the vehicle, it turns off. But anyway, with this, when you press the on-off button, it resets a lot of the things that you've set. So if you like to use eco mode, for example, which I do, and because we're doing the rally, we're running in eco mode. If we stop the vehicle and get out and come back in, it's reset the eco mode to comfort mode. So you've got to set that again. So that's another thing that I don't like. Something else you do like?
I do like. I like the steering wheel because it's got proper buttons. Coming from an ID car, it's got the haptic feedback buttons, and while I'm used to them because I've been driving ID cars for like 6 years now, I do like the normal buttons. It's just, yeah, they're so much better, and obviously VW have reacted to people not liking the haptic ones by changing them in the next iterations of the ID cars and the other cars as well to give you proper buttons.
I'm a big fan. You can't see it here. We'll show it in a short while. The screen. It's got a nice sort of single screen unit in front of the driver. It extends out halfway over to me as a passenger. There's no curved aspect to it, so you're not actually as a passenger sort of having to crane round to see the screen. It's fairly flat, so I can see the navigation. I can get access to the media, things like that. So I like that. Do we have a final thing that we don't like?
We don't like? I can't think of one, no. One more thing I do like is just between the seats down here, there is a 3-pin plug. So you can plug things in, charge things up, power whatever. Sorry, I just had a idiot BMW driver try to pull out in front of me. Yeah, so the 3-pin plug in the back is a really good idea. You can power things. If you've got kids, you can stick things in the back and do it. Obviously, we're not going to be using this on this rally because we need to keep all the juice we can.
I'm not a big fan, and this is one of those things that, you know, people might like me saying this, people might not. This is the fastback version, and I don't really like the way they've extended the back. I'm not sure the design is well thought through. I was having a conversation with someone this morning, and he said it's a little bit like they had two separate people designing the car, one designing from the rear wheel forward and one designing from the rear wheel back, and they didn't really talk to each other until they got to the point where they put the two parts together. It's not a very well thought out design, in my opinion, but hey, some people may like it, some people may not.
It makes the car quite long as well, so the original EV3 is just a smidge over 4 meters. This is 4.7 meters, and all that just goes in the back, in the boot.
find ourselves in deepest, darkest East Sussex at the moment, head down towards East Grinstead, taking a fairly circuitous route, which hopefully will give us some good efficiency. We've tried to avoid any major elevation changes. Found a nice little route that kind of runs parallel with the M25 at one point to avoid the big jump on the top end of the South Downs there. Currently at about 5.3 miles to the kilowatt hour, which is not bad. Just on the outskirts of Brighton now. I've had a good little run down. Currently at about 5.8 miles per kilowatt hour and about 2 miles to go. So we'll catch up you next at Madeira Drive.
Hello.
Hello, car number 4. What is this you're driving?
Car number 4. We chose number 4 because this is a Kia EV4.
Makes sense. See what you did there. How was the journey?
Very slow. I think we've taken over 3 hours to get here, but
slow is good because
Yes.
this is not a race. It's not about speed. It's an energy efficiency challenge. How do you think you've done in terms of that?
we think we've done quite well. We're not going to reveal what it is because people might be listening and might want to change their figures, but we think we've done quite confident.
I love that you're taking the competition element very seriously. Well, look, all we would ask is that you scan the QR code. That'll give us all the information we need ahead of that awards ceremony. And you obviously sound quietly confident that you might be picking something up at that prize giving later.
Hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed.
And what would you say to anyone who perhaps is still umming and ahhing over whether to make that switch to electric?
Just do it. I'm on my 3rd electric car, not look back. It's great.
So how was it, Warren?
I got my my phone kept on crashing, so I went 81.7 miles on a 60-mile trip.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's been amazing to see all the Believe charges going up and charges that are coming into the city. I think as a city, we are growing to an extent. We're probably one of the most efficient cities in the country in terms of charging. Kieran Fitzell was around somewhere and talked to him about how well he's done. Councillor Mooton is here today somewhere. We've got this beautiful Roxbourne bike here today that's been donated to the Martha's charity, ridden by the wonderful Burke, who's around somewhere. I did see him at the bar. We are absolutely blessed to have people that jump on board and want to get involved with the event. And the event has actually created more entries this year, 6 years on, than it's ever done.
On to our saloon car category now, and the winner is Gary Comerford in the Kia EV4, a brilliant 6.9 miles per kilowatt hour. Well done, congratulations.
I'm a co-driver.
Oh, you can never forget the co-driver. Very important.
Wow. Awards. We happen to have won Most Efficient Saloon Car, 6.9 miles per kilowatt hour in the EV4 Fastback GT-Line S. What do you reckon, Rob?
I'm blown away with that. I thought other people would have won this. We've got people with cars that are perceived to be more efficient, people that have done this more than us, and we've gone and won it. So yeah, big surprise for me, but I'm glad we have. It's brilliant.
So let's see what happens tomorrow when we continue the journey down to Somerset.